Hello fellow and future investors, it's Mike with Diamond Hand Stock Picks. Today's video is on how to get you started making your first trade from start to finish. I'll explain where I would buy, where I'd sell, and the limits that I'd set. It's a pretty easy process, let's get right into it. Okay, in this video I'm going to be using Robinhood and Weebull. Robinhood is a super simple platform, really easy to navigate. And Weebull has something called paper trading, which can help you kind of get used to trading before you actually put your money into the stock market, which can be very beneficial. And it is just like trading, it's the exact same platform. So it's a really good learning device. Okay, so Robinhood, what you want to do is you want to open an account. A lot of people say, oh, they want my bank account information. Oh my goodness, what do I do? They want my social security number. Well, that's what everybody does. It's not just you that they're going to rob and steal your identity and all your money. There's millions and millions of people that are investing in the stock market and nobody's stealing their money or their identity. So that's one of the biggest things that people tell me, when they get in investing, that oh my gosh, I don't want to put my information out there. Well, it's kind of part of the process. Everybody does it. If I knew anything that was bad, any information that people have been losing their identities or money in the stock market, I'd be the first to let you know. That's not happening. So don't try to be too paranoid there. I know it is kind of a big step, a big movement, a lot of your personal information. It's just part of the process. So don't be worried. Type in your information, set your limit, however much you want to install or put in your account at first. It's up to you if you want to start out with $100, $20, just starting is the most important part. So after you sign up, I'll put all your information in. It'll usually take a couple days for them to verify all your information. Always do an individual account, a cash account. You don't want to deal with margins or any of that stuff. Just do a cash account, especially if you're just getting started. Put some money in there, and once it goes through, and you open up the app, you'll see this page here. It has a lot of the popular list. It shows you the cryptos, 100 most popular, and you click on any of these and it'll bring you into the cryptocurrency, technology, pharma, energy, tech media, telecom, all that stuff, the canna industry and so on. Gives you some articles you can go down here and read. It shows you the top movers of the day. These ones here you don't want to buy when they're at the top. These are the ones you want to buy before they make it to this screen. By the time they make it here, most of the time it's too late, and the following day it will probably have a dip. Most stocks go up, but they usually come back down. Not all the way, but there's usually a correction. A lot of people take profits at the top. Those are called day traders. That's something you can get into. Wouldn't suggest it at first. You can lose a lot of money really, really fast. I'd suggest just buying into growth stocks, that have a future, and they're pretty low at the purchasing price. You don't want to buy anything that's a top mover unless you know that this is just the beginning of the movement. All right, so it gives you a little bit of news, what's going on, a couple little headlines and so on and so forth, several different stocks. It can be useful. I do read the articles every day. Yahoo Finance, I read the articles every day. Bloomberg, there's a lot of good sites that you can get some good reading material out of. A lot of good knowledge. The more knowledge, the better. The more you learn, the better you're going to be at this. So after you kind of familiarize yourself, and I'd suggest just familiarizing yourself with any platform you're on before even thinking about making a trade. Just don't run into it and make a trade. It's kind of like the one joke, your grandpa told you about, don't walk down to make out with one cow, or run down to make out with one cow. Rather, you walk down and you make out with them all. Anyways, it was a little bit different, but I don't want to get graphic on here. So let's see. For today, I'll be making a trade on LKCO. So you go up to your search bar and you type in whatever ticker symbol that you're curious about, and you click on it. And that will come up. It will show you a graph. It'll show you today's graph, which it came down and selling kind of low. There's a reason for that. It's because it's been up a lot lately. I think it was just 60, 70 cents here less than a month ago, literally a couple weeks ago, and it's had a good run. I think people are starting to find out about this one. Um, I'll get into this stock a little bit after we make our first buy. So when I look at stock charts, I kind of see where it's going. This one here, it's got a very good upward trend, a very strong upward trend. See some of the buying and dips and sell-offs. Yeah, this might have been one of those days when it was at $3.22 where it made that top mover list. And if you would have bought it at that top mover list, the very next day, where did it go? $2.10. So you never want to buy on the top of that list. It usually comes down, but it usually goes right back up. So you want to buy on the dips. You always want to buy on the dips. You never, ever, ever want to get FOMO, fear of missing out, when it's going to the top. Because, I mean, unless this thing had some, crazy news, it's usually going to, go up a lot and then come down a little. But, as long as it's progressively going upward, it's going in the right direction. And that's a stock you probably want on your watch list. This one I definitely have on my watch list, and I've been watching it. And I think it's making all the right moves. So I'm actually getting into this. I wish I would have got into it last month. Would have saved me some money, but I think there's substantial room to grow. So how I would place my order, I would look in the last month, and if it went up and came back down and went up and came back down, I'd probably look for a trend line. But right now this trend line is going up. So I'm going to have to reduce that to about a week. And I'll see where it's going here. That's right when it popped there, and comes back down. Right here would have been perfect buying opportunity at 195. Just when everybody's scared and thinking, oh, the stock is crashing, that's when I get in there and I swoop up my shares. That's your buying opportunity. On red days, it's like clearance. Don't ever make it give you a bad feeling. You should get really happy on red days. Those are days that you want to buy. Yesterday, February 18th, beautiful red day. I mean, a lot of my portfolio went down, but I mean, I was out there swooping up stocks, and then today, it went right back to green really fast, actually. And there's going to be red days, and there's going to be green days. And if you get several green days in a row and your portfolio goes up by 70%, you're going to see it come down. It's not going to keep going, that way, or else, if it was that easy, the world would be doing it and everybody would be rich. It's not that easy, but after those red days, if you don't panic sell, just kind of like get into buying. Like I said, these are beautiful buy days. You start buying on those dip days, like right here at 195. Oh man, that's when you get in there and you swoop them up. You don't get mad that, oh man, I bought over here at 237, now it's at 195. What do I do? Well, what you do is you average down. So if you buy here at 195 and you have some over here at 237, 247, your cost average is going to go down. So see, my average cost here would be 228. If I were to buy here at the 195 and the same amount of shares, that would bring my average down to about 212, 213. So the more you buy at the lower price, the more it's going to bring your cost average down, which is a good thing. And you're never going to be able to time these perfect little peaks and dips. So, as long as you're, close enough and you're not buying, when it's shooting up to the top, and you wait for a nice correction for it to go down, you're going to be all right. Because when it's within pennies like this stock, 30 cents, 40 cents, 20 cents, if this thing goes to $25, $30, you're not going to remember that, you had to pay $228 instead of $219. It's not going to bother you because you're going to have such huge gains, it's not even going to be in your thoughts. And this is kind of where I expect this one to go. So what we're going to do, and this thing is making a good little run right now. So what we'll do is we'll look at the day chart. Today was down to 216. That probably would have been a great buy. Right now it's on an upward trend. I would probably put it 220 here. I think I'm going to put a buy at 220. So we're going to go over here. We're going to click that little arrow. That little arrow is going to come down. It's going to give you your limit order. I only make limit orders. I don't just like to buy, because if you just buy it, you're going to lose money every time. You can always set that limit, and you see how these lines are going up and down and up and down, up and down. You wait till it hits that down. You just don't buy because you like something, or you read a cool article on something, or your best friend told you, get in, get in, get in. You look at your chart, you see right about where it is. The average is right in here. So that's around 220. So that's where I'm going to put my limit order. We're going to put it right here at 220. And how many shares we'd like to buy at 220? I don't even know what I got in here right now. Oh yeah, I have 1157. So we're going to put 500 shares at 220 in there. And you always want to make it for the good till cancel, GTC order. And that it'll, if it goes up tomorrow, goes up Monday rather, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then drops down Thursday, it'll pick it up for you on Thursday. So that way, you're not chasing it if it's ripping up, but you have a good buying opportunity if it comes down. And don't get me wrong, if you really love these and you think it's right where you want it, and you're kind of looking at the graph and you are right here, right now at the bottom, and you kind of see it starting to trend up, right here is where you want to buy it. Because if it's starting to trend up, usually it's not going to stop. Which this one today might not come back down to 220, but that's why we're going to put a good till canceled order on it, and we're going to allow this to execute during extended hours. So whether it drops after hours or before hours, we're going to pick it up. And it's just as easy as that. Review your order. You are placing good till canceled limit order to buy 500 shares of LKCO. Your pending order, if executed, will execute at 220 per share or better. We don't want better, we want lower. So this is going to actually bring up, this would actually bring down my average cost. If I were to buy right now, it would actually bring it up. But I'm really not in a hurry, because I think once this thing goes, it's not going to trade sideways like it is. This thing's just going to go straight to the moon. It's not getting much coverage right now. Let's just hit buy. All right, so that's set now. And you get these shares if it goes down to 220. So if it goes down to 220, which I think it may, we'll get those shares. And yeah, hopefully it'll go down to 220. Usually every day there's a nice dip. It's about an hour after the market opens. Between the market opening and an hour after the market opens. I think what that is day traders getting rid of all their gains from the previous day and getting ready to buy into their stock of the day, their pick or choice of the day. So you'll see a lot of fluctuation usually first thing in the morning. Here it is. See, this is the first half hour, and then bam, there it is, the first hour of the day. It dropped down to about an hour and 10 minutes. It dropped down 30 cents. So you never ever want to buy when it first opens, but usually an hour after it opens, it's a good buying opportunity. And this is daily. You can expect that daily. So we're hoping that on Monday morning this thing drops down to 220 and we pick up 500 shares. Okay, now let's go over to Weebull. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Weebull has a paper trading app on it. And you can go to paper trading, and it's exactly the same as the normal trading. You go in here, you put in whatever ticker symbol you want. We'll put in RTP, Reinvent Tech. You go to where you want to buy it or sell it. Of course, we're buying. It's your first purchase, of course. You want to hit buy, limit order. Always do limits. And then you can put your limit price. Right now it's trading at $14.74. So let's look at this graph here. And it took a good rip and it came back down. This is definitely not where it's going to stay down here at $14.74. I see this thing coming up probably closer to around $14.95 is a really solid trend line here. Looks like it keeps bottoming out. Maybe $14.92. Right around $14.90, $14.95 seems to be its bottom. Came a little bit before it. A little bit below it rather, right here, and right now it's a great time to buy. I mean, I don't think you're going to actually get any lower than $14.73. So in this certain situation, I'd buy right now. This is a good buying opportunity at $14.74. So I kind of screwed that one up, because I would actually buy it right now at $14.74. let's go to something else that isn't dipping on a perfect buying opportunity. So anyways, that's how I would do that. That one I wouldn't even set a limit. If I was buying some more RTP right now, I would just be buying it, because at $14.74, that's a great price. I mean, that's kind of how you read that graph. Let's go to something else here. Let's go to Neo. Let's click on Neo. Where's Neo today? Okay. Neo is, it's getting down to about 54.15. It's had some downward trading lately, but I don't think that's going to last very long. I think this one here is going to get one little catalyst, and it's going to probably shoot back up to $60 like really rapidly. I kind of have my price target on Neo set from 90 to 100 at the end of the year. I don't see that being a problem either. Right now, if I were to buy Neo, I would set my price target at about, I'd say 54.20, and you're probably going to get some. It is trending upward right now, but like I said, usually when the market opens, it will dip down. So we're going to do 54.20, and we're going to see where that gets us. 54.20. All right, that's our limit price. And we want our extended hours, always. Yes, extended hours. And Weebull has longer extended hours in trading than any other platform. That's why it's highly recommended. You can get in there before trading and 4 hours after trading. I think it's 4 hours before and 4 hours after. So it really opens you up to get in and out of those markets when most people aren't able to touch them and regular platforms. Robinhood, I think, gives you like a half an hour before and after. Weebull's like 4 hours, so it's an incredible platform. All right, let's put in, say, 100 shares at 54.20, and you do your paper trade. And this says this is paper trading, not a real trade. So this one you can do all day long. You can mess with this. I got a bunch of them on here. Open Door, Palantir, Tattooed Chef, Pershing Square, Apex. So I got a bunch of them on here. I'm just kind of messing with. It's kind of fun to play with too. You're an instant millionaire. They start you off with $1 million, so it's kind of fun. And then when you see the gains go up, 100,000, 200,000, it starts getting real, because these are real stocks, is exactly what they're trading at. And if you had $1 million and all your trades are green like this, chances are you're doing pretty good. And don't put your stocks in there and think you're just going to be, green overnight. These things take time. I mean, look at Neo. It looks like right now, it looks like a horrible stock. It's like, oh my gosh, why would you even get into that? Well, for the simple reason is that if you go back and in time, this thing is this thing has gone nothing but up, 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 up and away. See, if you look at the year graph, I mean, this thing was trading back in a couple bucks last year, and now it's all the way up. I think it topped out at $66. So when you look at the extended graph, it looks a little bit different than that daily or weekly graph. And that daily or weekly graph, this looks like a horrible stock, but this is a runner. Don't let it fool you. Sometimes you got to go back and forth from the weeks to the months and just kind of figure out exactly what this thing's been doing. Right now, this might trade sideways, like I said, for a little while, but I think this stock has it's just going. It's going to go up, 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 up. And by the looks of the graph and the charts, it really doesn't have anywhere else to go. I mean, stocks can trade sideways for a while until there's a catalyst to push them up, but when there is one, they usually fly through the roof. Okay, let me get back into this LKCO, Lucum Technology Corporation. I just wanted to touch on this one real quick. This is a really up and coming business. They're into a lot of things here. A lot of business integration. They're into autonomous driving, smart transportation, remote sensing, Internet of Things, smart city, mobile internet, high precision positioning. They have a lot of good partners, a lot of good services. I believe they're also backed by Volvo. They're into everything. This kind of covers a lot, and it hasn't been really looked at yet by retail, investors or corporate investors. So this one, we might be in here on a ground floor. I mean, it's come up, like you saw on the graph, a couple 100%, but this thing has a lot of room to grow. Smart city, business, aerospace, mobile internet apps, autonomous driving, which is huge. You guys all know that. The Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things, smart policing, energy management, emergency management, smart manufacturing, smart water resources, smart campus, smart environment protection. They're involved in a lot, a whole lot. Their services are spread pretty wide there. Yeah, there's Geely right there. I believe that's Volvo's. Invested in them pretty big. They have a lot of partnerships here. Continental, Dell, there it is, Volvo, CTC Cloud. They do positioning. So they're in a lot of GPS, a lot of autonomous driving, cell phones, technology. They have Super Engine A, which is 1,000 times more efficient than competing technologies. The only comprehensive spatial temporal data service provider in China, covering all types of spatial temporal data, and the world's first full vector and non-tiled internet map. The world's first. That's unicorn stuff right there. Hearing stuff like that is what you want to hear. That should make you really happy when you hear world's first. Those are good words for investors if they work. This one here, they're also making maps for China. So if Tesla wants to have GPS and maps in China, they have to use this technology to put in their vehicles, because China does not let people map out China. They're not into that. So they would have to go to Luokung Smart Technology to get that information inside of their vehicles. Yeah, they're in a lot of stuff. Highway platform emergency, transportation, supply chain, smart learning, highway live service, lane level navigation, which is autonomous driving, mobile internet, map open platform, advertising platform, survey mapping. That's the GPS stuff I was saying. If you want to put GPS in your car in China, you're going to have to use their information, because they do not let you go out and just map China. China's not into that. And it is a Chinese company, speaking of China, which makes it a little bit sketchy, but for the most part, this one is kind of, it's not really noticed yet. So by the time this one makes the news and gets in the sketchy category, you should already have huge gains, and you could actually be in and out of it. Basic map service, autonomous driving, satellite, remote sensing. This thing's into a whole lot of, it just touches on a whole lot of different aspects. I have not dug deep into their team. So far from what I read, they look good, but I haven't did a deep dig into any of them. So I haven't investigated individuals individually, but so far the team looks pretty solid. They're going in the right direction. They're making a lot of the right calls. They're merging with a lot of the right people. They have a lot of partners and customers, and there's some pretty big names in here. Yeah, there's some pretty big names. We got IBM, Huawei, Dell, Continental. We have Volvo in there. We got a VW, Mazda. Yeah, there's a lot of partners. BYD, which is huge in China. I don't know if you know about BYD. BYDDY, I think, if you're a ticker symbol. Definitely invested in them. And yeah, they have a lot of good strategic partners. Superior technology, widely applicable, strong backing from Geely, other notable entities, and wide industry connections. On ramp to an explosive growth. That sounds perfect to me, because I want it to explode as well. I want my stock to explode. I want it to go from $2 to $50, and I think it could. Rationally, from 2 to 25 to 30. I don't see that even being a problem. All right, they're also into the holographic spatial temporal big data processing and management, high precision localization, GNSS augmentation services, mapping data, national surveying, mapping precision certification. So they are into a lot of everything. They're into, they're just, this company has its wings spread out pretty far here. They're all over the place, and they're everywhere they need to be making money. So this is a smart group of people, just because where they're bringing this company is right where we want to be. And they're all futuristic, and it's disruptive technology, and they're moving forward, not backwards. So this is something that I'm highly interested in. They have the building information model, Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things, supervisory control, and data analysis, HD map, 3D map, AR real map, administration divisions, survey map. There's just a lot of layers here, a lot of layers. China loves their people and vehicle tracks. I think they do that to everybody. But anyways, you can dive into this one a little deeper if you'd like. I think it's a solid company. I think they have a lot going for them, and I think it'd be a great investment. So that's all I'm going to do for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got a lot out of it, and I hope you start making some good money. If you need any help on the trading, please message me anytime. I'm there for you. If you need any help on your picks, I also have my Instagram. I update my Instagram instantly. If I hear about a good stock, I put it out there before I can make a video, just in case. I don't want anybody to say, oh man, you put that video out there, it ran up. Sometimes it takes a few hours for these videos to get taken care of, uploaded, and you got to go through them and make sure that the words are coming out when you're talking. There's all kinds of different things that can happen to these, so they don't always get out there in time. So that's why I have my Instagram. That's all free stuff. Everything's free. I'm just giving it out there. I just don't want to be the only one financially free. I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to be able to retire at a young age, not work until you're 90 and have a bunch of money and nothing to do with it because you're just tired of working your whole life. So that's kind of where we're heading for this. That's our goal. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the next one.